Hey guys, I'm Little Art Demon and welcome to my channel. And how are you doing today? I hope you're feeling amazing and we are starting a new series today. If you read or watched my update, you already know what this is about, and also if you read the title of this video. I'm starting to work on a comic. It's on the really early stages of development, but I'm starting to flesh out the universe and the lore. But before we get started, there are two things I need to say. The first one is subscribe, and leave your like too, by the way. And the second one is that I'm going to start a full-time job soon, and I don't know if it will impact the channel. The job will be my priority since it will be my income, but I'll do my best to keep up here. The harder parts will be recording traditional art because I depend on the sunlight and I'll be away from home during the day, but I'll do my best to manage my time. I just wanted to let you know, I'm very excited. But you're here to follow the new comic journey with me, so let's get started. Since this is a new video format, I wasn't sure on how to record this and make it interesting, especially because I also recorded some parts for reels and shorts. You can leave suggestions in the comments on how I could make these videos more fun to watch. Please let me know your opinions. But as you can see, I'm starting with a list of things I need to research about. I left some space on the page because there's a good chance I'll have to add items to the list in the future. And I also added a square in front of everything so I can check the items when they're done. And the first thing on the list is plants. This is the most important part of the story, so I'll take my time to figure everything out. But I'm starting to organize the plants by subgroups. I did some research online and there are a few ways that plants are divided, so let's check that out before we move on. The most common division I found was in 5 groups. They are herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers or creepers. This is a division based mainly on the size and growth pattern, I guess. But then there's a division based on the life cycle. They can be annual, biennials and perennials. Then I also saw them being divided in 4 groups: mosses, ferns, flowering plants, and gymnosperms. And then I also saw another division that sounds very scientific. I'll probably butcher the names, but here they are: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. And at last I saw some divisions that aren't scientific, they're leaning more on the way that we would divide them based on their overall appearance. Those divisions vary a lot, since most times they're opinions and not scientific facts, but I think I'm going to make something like that for my story. And why do I want to divide the plants? Well, each plant group will have a different meaning. I already have a few figured out, but there's still a lot to cover. So what I did was make a small list of the differences plants can have. I don't think the list is the most complete it could be, but it's a good start. So let's check it out. The list, as you can see, isn't very long, but it's a base for me to divide everything. Some divisions will be purely aesthetic, but others will have a deeper meaning. I've mentioned in a few videos already, but since this is the start of the series, I'll mention it again. The plants represent likes, preferences, and interests. So each person has their garden, and the plants that grow there are their interests. So if 2 people have the same plant, it would be the equivalent of them liking the same show, for example. All the plants included in this world will be fictional, they'll work on a slightly different way than real plants. And for starters, we have flowers. So I made a diagram of a flower and it took me back to science class in 5th grade. As you can see, there are a lot of different parts. Flowers aren't present in every plant, and even when they are, they don't necessarily have the same structure every time. But flowers are the part of the plant responsible for reproduction. But I won't address that during this video in great detail. But the flowerless plants also reproduce. It's usually done by spores, but they can have seeds too. When it comes to meaning, I'm still brainstorming. Not everything will have a particular meaning, but I think flowers could be a sign of friendship or connection with others. Let's see if I can explain this properly because it makes some sense in my mind. Flowers most time need pollinators to reproduce. And I imagine that in this world those animals would be pets. And so if you have a friend with the same interests as you, then your flowers can share some pollen. I think this relates very well to real life because when you have overlapping interests with your friends, then it becomes something even more important and you talk a lot about it. And I know that in real life, a plant either has the ability to grow flowers or it doesn't, but this is magic, so I can bend the rules a little bit. I don't think every plant would have the ability to flower, and some may grow flowers regardless, but I think it would be affected. Maybe if you don't have any friends with the same flower as you would have to go to the store to get some pollen there or donate pollen for other people too. That would be like being on a fandom online. You don't know the other people, but you share the same interests and conversations. Or maybe you can pollinate them manually in your own garden. Sometimes it's fun to like something and not necessarily be part of the fandom, you know? But as I said, these are still the first ideas that come to mind. Everything is still in development, but I thought it would be fun to share this process with you guys. Obviously, I'm not done with the plant part, I'm not even completely done with the flowers part either, but I think this is where I'll leave this week's video. It's a little bit on the shorter side, but it's the progress I made so far. I'm still figuring out how to record these videos, but let me know what you think and how I could make these videos better too. I would love your suggestions, I'm kinda lost. Maybe next time I'll go on a field trip to a garden or a flower store. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your like and let me know how I can improve this format. I truly don't want this to be boring. There are some extra drawings I'm working on for this story, and I post most of them in the shorts, so feel free to check them out too. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. Thank you again so much for watching, I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!